when is his tantrum going to happen? When is he going to have a meltdown? When we were younger, my mom and I would kind of spend our days counting down when my autistic brother's meltdown was going to happen. It kind of felt like I had a superpower of saying, I can predict when the meltdown will happen. It was a defensive mechanism of also saying, I'm ready for whenever it is going to happen. And I think there was a pride in it also of, I know him so well that I know a meltdown is going to happen. Now here's the catch. The more I predicted it, the more I expected it, the more it happened. Because my response to him was creating situations for it. Because I was so ready for it, I would kind of put it in front of him on a silver platter, be like, I'm ready, you can do it, we're here. And this is a very common thing that caregivers do, which is assuming what our loved one is going to do next, assuming what they want really, having already a preconceived idea of who they are, what their next step is going to be, what they actually want, what they actually don't want. And that shows up a lot when it comes specifically also to language and communication. When you have a child who's learning how to communicate, goes to the fridge, stares at the fridge, as a mom, a dad, you know what they want. So, with the rush of things and out of love and out of also pride of knowing what they want, you're like, oh, pizza. Pizza, you open the fridge, take the pizza out and just hand it to them. But my question to you is, what if they didn't want a pizza? What if they wanted water? All these things matter because our assumptions and our predictions are building their brain, are building their potential paths of learning. And even if you're about to tell me right now, yeah, but they know that I know. Yes, they know that you know. And so we have to learn how to do this in a way that isn't disrespectful towards them. But when we predict or assume too much, there's also disrespect in there too. I know as a mother that's hard because I feel that with my son, who is 5, deaf, and who has cochlear implants. He sometimes, more often than not, will say things in a way where no one really understands him except me, specific words or sentences. And it's very hard for me to also stand back and say what it is he wants. But if I'm always intruding and saying, oh, that's what he said, that's what he said, that's what he wants, that's what he meant, I'm actually not giving him any chance to improve or to know how to handle it without me. It comes out of love and it comes out of a safety also and a defense mechanism of years and years of survival mode. I get it. But we have to learn to give new chances and avenues for our loved ones to experiment and to try different things and to give them the chance not only to fail, but to be someone and to do things. A big way of stopping our predictions and our assumptions is what we call process out loud. Say out loud what it is that you're actually thinking and what you're doubting, because then they will take from that all of the options that they have. A fridge situation. Oh, hey buddy, you're looking at the fridge. Well, you usually go for pizza, but I don't know, maybe you feel like changing today. Maybe you want something else. Maybe you want cookie, maybe you want a milk, maybe you want water, pizza, cookie. Which one is it today? I'm not sure. You're gonna have to tell me because I know so I'm processing out loud. I know I usually know what you want, but I don't know. Today I'm not sure. I'm really gonna need your help. So you process out loud. And then when you're confused, always go for what your goal is. What is it that you're actually after and what are you trying to teach? Are you trying to teach communication, independence, social connection? Which one is it? Because based on the goal, you'll then know how to stop your assumptions or predictions. So if I'm in front of the fridge and my goal is independence, then maybe I'll act like, oh, hey, You're in front of the fridge. Are you trying to reach out for something? You can open the fridge with your hand. Here, let me help you. So you help them open the fridge. If I'm working on communication, then maybe I'm going to incite them to say the word that they're actually after. Do you want pizza or do you want cookie? Pizza, cookie. Let them try to say, even if it's a word approximation, then that's great. We would have worked on communication. Because the idea here is really just to think, how can I rewrite the story? How can I let go of preconceived ideas and beliefs and fears in order to rewrite new ones? Because your assumptions and your over knowledge of everything could actually hinder their growth. Imagine having someone around you constantly predicting your next move. Can you just imagine that for a second? What if you're about to do something different? What if you woke up today wanting a cookie? So give the chance for your child to want a cookie or a burger or a pizza.